But we've got about an hour and 3/4 before we get to any of that, and I've got the best team in the business assembled here in front of me. Of course, Damo's here, as is Duck, fresh back from Bali and looking nice and bronzed and tight. Bill looking none of those things, straight from the MCG, and Bristol, after calling last night magnificently, is settled and ready. And I just look along the boxes here, Purple, and I can see some sheepish faces, and so there should be after the ratings during the week, where they just got emptied out that comprehensively. It's now become embarrassing.
Take us through it, Jim. I like it when you give our listeners the critique of the ratings. It's a high point every year.
Didn't even know there were ratings.
Well, that's how we accept them now, Brian.
Right.
It used to be an event, probably 10 years ago, when there was a challenge, but since then,
party up.
It's just become a straight-out 10-plus pounding, and we don't even sort of need to acknowledge it anymore. But clearly it's affected them, because none of them will get any eye contact with us, Purple.
I'll tell you what, Jim.
Looking down at the ground.
The reps still go out for lunch and have
they managed to dovetail into it fat.
Do they? What? The reptiles there in a Triple M.
Yes.
While we're working, they're out there gallivanting and having lunches.
You once first year in the job, he was up and about.
Of course he was. He got the
back from China.
You once, Jim, said this was like the Scale Extra track where you just go round and round and round. What was this book
but it's
like?
Lost, but I've lost my sizzle with even the analogies.
Have you?
Because it's just become that
just on
fait
Scarlet.
accompli.
I used to have a giant Scarlet track, like a giant one. Where,
Did you?
It was,
Took the whole room up.
took the whole garage.
Oh, hello, Bill.
Giant Scarlet. I was
Nice.
really good at that Scarlet.
Speaking of this, is probably why we dominate the ratings when you look at the names. Patrick Dangerfield's going to join us after a best on again last night, Fat.
Him or Ablett?
Righto, beautifully done. Brad Lloyd, head of footy and part of the selection panel for Carlton's new coach. We're going to speak to him. Luke Hodge. What about the names, Bill?
Hodgie
in danger.
And then later on, we're hoping to. We can't guarantee this because he is going to be busy as part of this recognition of their past stars for the Blues. But we're hoping we can latch on to Vin Catoggio.
No.
Remember him?
What about the
Little
hair?
number 4?
Buffon.
Yes.
Do you reckon he's still got that Buffon in the hair? I don't think so. No. He'll have it on the shoulder.
Oh, I love it. Now, so that's all coming up.
Steph Curry going to join us from
hello.
USA.
Well, the
maybe?
game's on Golden State
I just thought I'd
44.
add that in.
We'll try and get Ash Barty too.
Rondo 36.
Well, he's the only one that we haven't got.
Well, interesting you mention her, Damo, because I'm sitting at home last night. I'm a devotee, of course, of Duck and Bristle's work, so I'm sitting there watching it. Fire lit, and I've got one of the Kuna Warriors'
and Howie
finest.
and Darcy.
What do you got?
So one of the Kuna Warriors' finest, and I'm just watching.
You and Lisa.
Halfway through the second quarter, when it's 2-1, I just had to slide over and see how Ash was going.
Oh, gee.
Bill, one of the great stories this is going to be. This is an Australian in the French Open final on clay at Roland Garros playing against a teenage qualifier. This is one of the great sporting stories.
One of the
She
great
has
teams.
struggled on clay before. Now, if she wins the final, she'll go to number 2 in the world.
Yes.
Number 2. If she loses the final, Bill, she'll be number 3 in the
Number
world.
3.
You had one of the great teams, Geelong, there, and Richmond, who've won premierships. And you turn it over. That's un-Australian.
2-1 halfway through the second quarter.
Pressure.
The game was going nowhere.
Pressure football.
And you know what I blame it on?
Who?
You.
Me.
Yeah, because apparently you made a fool's head of yourself and went down to the Geelong room.
You did it.
Pre-match like
One
a
of those-
real flog nuts.
One of those
Spotted
ex-players.
pre-match.
You didn't go in there.
I was invited down.
Real,
That is wrong.
real
Me
tosser.
and Scotty are tight now, and so I got invited down. I tell you what.
On what grounds?
Do any
On
of
what
the
grounds
young
were you
players
invited?
I was at the president's lunch.
The young Mears, these blokes, do they even know who you are?
I tell you what.
So you
they-
went down with the board.
They're like meerkats when I walked in. Their heads stuck up and they're looking around, and you can see them going, he's in the house. He's in the house.
Is that really?
Avoid him at all costs. Look out, he wants us to sign
And
something.
then the assistant coach, Mackie, comes over, and Boris, I go, you get back to your work. You don't have to come and talk to me. But I'll tell you what, we
You
sat
have your
there.
bag of jumpers, you getting the boys to sign?
Well, I did have that, but I couldn't find it. They were in a group. But what is interesting, and this for the people out there, don't get the chance to go down to the rooms before a game. In our day,
Listen to Bill. This is real toolish stuff.
there'll be a lot of people out there waiting for the quiz to come on. We got it on today?
No,
Oh,
thankfully.
Well, they sit there and they don't get a chance. And what used to happen, Brian, we'd get the warm-up and we'd get strapped and things like that, and then we'd have the big rah-rah from the coach with about 3 or 4 minutes to go.
This will have a punchline.
No, and you burst through the door and you're ready to go. You'd run through if it was a brick wall.
Yeah.
Now, very different. Very, very different. They just have a chat before, 10 or 15
really?
minutes before. Then they do their warm-up.
Yeah.
And then Joel Selwood just got them in and said, they're
What'd
going
he
to
say?
come hard at us. And I'm saying, Joel, fair dinkum, I knew that. And just be aware, they're going to, which they did, of course. And then they run out in the ground, that's it. It was very. It's changed a lot since my day and your day, and don't. Oh no, yes.
I just wonder.
You're a journo.
I wonder under what grounds you were in there. There would have been no invitation, so you've obviously just skunked your way in.
You had to have a wristband. You know, it's like trying to get downstairs. I had to do a couple of little gigs early on.
Did you?
I had to go around the other side of the ground for your mob, the Medean Club, Brian.
Did you?
I had a chat to a girl there. I said, "What's Brian's contract at Marvel?"
There isn't one, she would have said.
Oh, there's
something
shaky
there.
ground.